Quebec is a magnificent place to go. There are many different things to do and see all year long. Quebec was discovered in 1535 by Jacques Cartier. People think that Quebec isn't a historic site, but there are many historical buildings and lands no matter where you go. There's lots of history like settlement patterns and population, also migration patterns. There are many tourist attractions and employment, which helps make up our demographic statistics. Demographic statistics group the ethnicity, age, and religion of a province in order to see who the majority is. Quebec has a wide range of people and religions. In 2006, statistics say that the largest population group is composed of people of French origin. Montreal is one of Canada's most ethnically diverse metropolitan areas, with large Italian, Greek, Portuguese, Haitian, African, and Chinese communities, as well as notable South American, Arabian, and Asian populations. Quebec's government has sought to protect the French language through legislative means. Majority of Quebec's residents are Roman Catholic. As of 2007, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindu, and Sikhs now comprise a significant section due to the immigration from non-Christian countries. An average female should live about 82 years, while an average male should only live 77. In 2012 to 2013, there were 89,050 births and 69,150 deaths, so there was an increase, and if Quebec keeps the birth and death rates the same, they could potentially become overpopulated or lose some of their historical foundations. The reason for this mix of different people is migration between countries. In 2011, there were 7,903,001 people in Quebec due to a high immigration rate from people all over the world, which is a change of 4.7% from 2006, 7,546,131. That's 356,870 more people in 5 years, and with all this migration, there has to be somewhere to settle. The French, and later British, built communities in the St. Lawrence lowlands, some areas in the Appalachian uplands, and far southern parts of the Lawrence. Over 4/5 of Quebec's population now lives in a 200-mile, 300-kilometer long, and about 60 miles, 100-kilometer wide radius from Quebec City to Montreal. About 4/5 of Quebecers live in towns. A very small amount are classified as rural farmers. Quebec has gone from large numbers of scattered, diversified settlements to increasing concentrations in a few urban areas. Lack of fertile land prevented the development of an agricultural economy. Now that there is people, there is a need for jobs. Quebec, like any province, has millions of employees. In 2006, there were 4,015,200 people able to legally work, and 3,750,000 were actively employed. In November 2013, there were 1,787,600 men working with an average hourly wage being $24.64, and there were 1,726,700 women working with an average hourly wage being $21.45. In 2006, there were 573,550 people working in manufacturing, 472,030 worked in retail trade, 441,710 worked in healthcare and social assistance. Everyone else worked in many other labor forces, such as real estate, construction, agriculture, forestry, fishing, hunting, educational services, etc. All of these types of forces are minor industries, therefore they need less workers because there is less of a demand. And with every province there has to be different kinds of attractions. With Quebec City being 4th out of 13 of the top tourist attractions in Canada, there are many sights to see. Le Chateau Frontenac is almost 120 years old. The original building burnt to the ground in 1834 and wasn't rebuilt for 60 years until the original portion of Le Chateau Frontenac was built. Originally designed for the ideal stopover for railway travelers, it instead became a breathtaking hotel for everyone. The Bonhomme Carnival began in 1955. Bonhomme is the living incarnation of the snowman that have enchanted children of Quebec City for generations. He is the symbol of the festivities during this joyous period of the year. Some activities that occur in the Bonhomme Carnival are canoe races, where each team has to ride on the ice along the St. Lawrence River between Quebec City and Lévis. The night parades, where people come out in the snow and watch as everything comes to life. There are 2 parades every year on the 2nd and 3rd weekends. Quebec also maintains 27 parks and wildlife reserves, like the Montreal Botanical Garden, which is the second largest in the world. In 2005, tourists of all kinds spent $10.1 billion in the province. Now you have learned some things about Quebec. You have learned about their settlement, migration, demographic statistics, employment, and their tourist attractions.